Well, I'm really excited to be here. This is such a beautiful campus and such an interesting series of conversations that people are having. So, the topic that we're going to be discussing and looking at are material, culture, sustainability. And in the program, the comments are about this topic are what are new materials that artists, designer, architects are experimenting with, what materials have impacts on which industries, where are the holes in research, what is sustainable business, how is culture sustainable. And in addition to these ideas regarding this subject, I'm asking our panelists to think about a few other concepts, such as new and old materials being used for sustainable design, business, technology, environment, culture, etc. The use of ecological materials in design processes and outcomes, using nature as a model for research, design, implementation, use, maintenance, management, and proliferation, art as systemic design, transformation, education, and sustainable culture. And then I ask you these questions. Can anything be considered to be a material, such as air, water, our breath, an idea, a feeling? Can our choices of materials lead to ecological and cultural transformation and sustainability? So I'd like to introduce the panelists who will be showing their work and discussing these ideas, and in the order of my introduction is the order that they will be presenting in. Linda Gross has worked in the fashion industry for 25 years. For most of her career, she has been actively engaged in designing and researching socially and environmentally advanced clothing and textiles. After receiving an honors degree in fashion design from Kingston University in London in 1981, Linda began working as a fashion designer in London and then New York. She started to merge her artistic and commercial skills with a concern for the environment in 1990 when she co-founded Esprit's Eco Collection, a 5-year research and development project which combined research by ecologists with industry practice and helped establish pioneering environmental standards for the clothing industry. Now an independent designer, consultant, and educator, Linda works with clients ranging from artisans and farmers to nonprofits and clothing companies. These include the Sustainable Cotton Project, Aid to Artisans, Gap Inc., Marketplace India, Patagonia, Greenpeace, 13 Mile Farm, and Cheyenne Craft Center. She is Associate Professor at California College of the Arts in San Francisco, where she developed curricula for sustainable fashion design in 1999. She is currently co-authoring a book with Dr. Kate Fletcher through Lawrence King Publishing Company from the UK, titled Sustainable Fashion Design Incubator. In 2007, London Financial Times identified Linda as one of its green power brokers. Linda sees environmental and social issues as a starting point for innovation and design, as a service to help give form to a sustainable society. Stephanie Sejuko is a visual artist whose recent work uses the tactics of bootlegging, reappropriation, and fictional fabrications to address issues of cultural biography, labor, and economic globalization. Working primarily in sculpture and installation, her objects mistranslate and misappropriate iconic symbols, creating frictions between high ideals and everyday materials. This has included recreating several 1950s modernist furniture pieces by French designer Charlotte Perriand, but using cast-off material and rubbish in Beijing, China. Starting a global collaborative project with crochet crafters to counterfeit high-end consumer goods, photographing models of Stonehenge made from cheap Asian imported food products, and searching for fragments of the Berlin Wall in her immediate surroundings in an attempt to visit the historical moment of the end of history. She has taught at Carnegie Mellon University, Stanford University, and the California College of Arts. Bani Banerjee is the director of the Stanford Design Program, which has contributed heavily in shaping the design field through its unique approach to human-centered innovation. Bani is interested in realizing the design field's potential in catalyzing systemic change. As design begins to grapple with increasingly complex problems at the Stanford Design Program, he is working on developing radically new processes in which design thinking can be leveraged. His focus is to develop transdisciplinary processes to bring about rapid change and large-scale impact. He is the founder of the Design for Change Lab to address issues of sustainability, technology futures, and the dynamics of rapid change. Currently, he is working with faculty from behavioral sciences, social economics, systems analysis, management science, engineering, and art to generate new platforms for design thinking. We have a fantastic panel of diversity. And I would just like to add that it was mentioned that I'm working on a living library, and very briefly, that is the creation of place-based, ecological, transformed communities through a living library framework of linked resources: human, ecological, economic, historic, technological, and aesthetic. And we look at those assets through the lens of time, past and present, and then for the future we create a plan that is ecological and sustainable. And our long-range goal is to have branch living libraries locally and globally that will be linked through green-powered digital gateways. Now, each panelist will have approximately 15 minutes, and then we're going to open it up for a lively discussion.